Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am here with my mother and we are going to be showing you some tips and tricks and makeup application on an older, more mature woman's skin. And I'm just going to kind of go through her full face and share with you what I would do if you have aging skin or any specific needs, how to work with those. As her skin, it's different than mine, so I use a little bit different type of products for her. Not everything is going to work for her the same as it would for someone who's 15, 25. As you get older, your skin changes, and so you kind of have to change up your routine a little bit. So let's just get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use her eye cream to moisturize her under eye area, and she uses the Time Wise Age Fighting Eye Cream by Mary Kay. If you have any under eye dryness or when you age, this is the first area on your face that's going to really show your age. So you want to make sure to moisturize that area before you attempt to put any sort of concealing products on it. I also like to prep my lips with some chapstick prior to putting on makeup. Just otherwise, if they're dry, then your lipstick's going to it's not going to look very good. Then we're going to go in and prime her face with the L'Oreal BB Cream in Light. You can definitely wear this on its own, but I like to layer it underneath my foundation because it gives just a bit more coverage. And this product, you just want to blend it in with your fingers. BB creams are activated by the warmth of your hands, so that's why they're quick and they're easy, because you just apply with your fingers. You can throw it on the go. You don't really need a mirror because it's just like applying moisturizer to your skin. Next, we're going to apply foundation, and I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation, and the shade is Warm W3. And I'm going to apply this using a beauty blender. One of the reasons that I really enjoy the beauty blender is if you have drier skin, this is going to be your best friend. A beauty blender is it looks like this. Mine's kind of dirty because it needs to be washed, but you get it wet and you wring it out, and it gets to be about twice its size once it's wet. You take the foundation and you just dot it on your skin, and then you take the beauty blender and you just kind of roll it on the skin and press it in. It helps really smooth out the foundation. It also does not leave brush strokes. It gives a really flawless appearance. But because the sponge is moist, if you have dry skin, this is going to be beneficial. It's not going to be something that's going to dry out your skin. It's going to be a little bit more of a moisturizing process. It also helps make your foundation, if you have a thicker foundation, look less cakey, because the moisture from the sponge is really helping evenly distribute the product onto your face. Now this foundation, the shade is just a tad dark for her skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the same foundation but in one shade lighter, and I'm going to apply that on the centers of her face to really help lighten and brighten up the entire face. I'm going to use a cream-based highlighting and contouring method. Using cream products is going to help keep that dewy, luminous finish. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go in with a dual fiber brush and the Sonia Kashuk Cream Bronzer in the shade Warm Tan. I'm going to apply the cream bronzer in the hollows of her cheekbones, the edge of her eye here, and across her forehead. And I'm not going to blend it in yet because I want to show you the areas where you're going to want to apply this. Hollows of the cheekbone on either side, the sides of the nose. This is going to help give that slim appearance. A little bit underneath the mouth here, the lower jawline. What is going on out there? On either sides of your vocal cord here. This is going to help give you that slim appearance. And if you do it even along the jawline here, that's also going to help any sort of double chin action you got going on or sagginess or anything. It's going to give the appearance of lifted because a dark shade is going to make it recede. So that's the bronzer. Maybelline Dream Lumi concealer pen, and I have it in the shade Radiant, and it is just a highlighting concealer pen. You just twist it up and the product comes in, you just draw it on the face. So you want to draw it down the center of the nose here, right above the eyebrow, center of the forehead, right on top of the cheekbones, on top of the Cupid's bow. And then you want to apply it underneath the bronzer right here. You want to highlight this center, this area of the face as well. So before you blend that all in, it looks a little crazy, but it's all about sculpting the face. And then I'm going to go back in with my Beauty Blender, and I am just going to blend all those colors out. Using cream products to highlight and contour works really well for aging skin because it's not, the powder is not going to cling to anything. It's going to give you that dewy, luminous, childlike, youthful glow. Now we're going to apply concealer. First I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer, and then I'm going to apply the Smashbox High Definition Concealer in the shade Fair Light. The moisturizing under eye primer is going to act like your face primer would. It's going to prep the area, it's going to moisturize the area, but it's also going to create a kind of like a glue to really hold that concealer onto your face, but it's not going to settle into fine lines and wrinkles and enhance any sort of crepiness or loose skin. So this is a really nice product. It pairs really well with the concealer. This concealer is very pigmented, so you really don't need much more than a pea size for both eyes. A little goes a very long way. And I like to apply it in kind of like a upside down V, or I guess what would be a V. And then I blend it in together with either your fingers or a beauty blender. Beauty blender is a really nice product to have, especially with concealer, because of the point can really get into the inner corner there, where everyone has natural darkness on the inner corner of their eye. So that's where you want to bring the concealer in. Okay, now we're going to, before we apply any eyeshadow, we are going to frame out the area, and we are going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the shade that we are using is called Medium Ash. Okay, so now we have framed out her face and put on her brows. Next, we're going to go in with some blush, and I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Cheekers blush in the shade Classic Pink, and it is just a really bright, very refreshing shade of pink. This is one of my favorite CoverGirl blushes. It just is one of those colors that's going to look good on anybody. Okay, and then I'm going to set all that with just a little bit of powder. I'm not going to go crazy with aging skin, but she does get a little bit oily in the T-zone, so I'm going to take away a little bit of that shine. And the powder I'm using is the Revlon Nearly Naked Pressed Powder in the shade Fair. This is a really nice powder. It's very finely milled. It's not going to look cakey. I like to use it to set my makeup. I don't necessarily like it to touch up my makeup, but I do like to set it. And I'm just going to keep that, like I said, primarily in the T-zone. I want to steer clear of the under eye area because if the powder gets in there it's going to cause some serious crepiness. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight to the tops of her cheeks, and I'm going to be using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. It is a liquid, this is a sample size of it, but that's what the bottle looks like. It is a liquid highlighter. I like to use this on older aging skin because it gives it a dewy effect. It is an absolutely gorgeous highlight, and as you can see, it is just this liquid highlight. And I'm just going to dab that on her cheekbones. And then I just use my fingers to rub it in. Okay, now we're going to move on to eyes. So the first thing we always do before doing any sort of eyeshadow is applying a eyeshadow primer. And I am just using this little sample size of the Urban Decay potion, eyeshadow primer potion. This is what's going to hold your eyeshadow on. It's going to keep your eyeshadow looking great all day long. It's also going to help your eyeshadow show up true to color. It's going to prevent any sort of creasing or fading. Now I'm going to be taking the Lorac Unzipped palette, and it looks like this. It's like a really pretty mauve-y, rosy gold tone shades. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this matte shade called Uncover, and I am going to apply that to her inner corner. And then I'm also going to take that same shade and apply that to her brow bone. Now I'm going to take the shade Unconditional, which is a really pretty matte, plummy mauve shade. And with a blending brush, this is the Sedona Lace EB09, just a blending brush, and I am going to put that right in the crease of her eye socket here. Here, what we're doing is we're just creating a little bit of depth and shadow. Following the natural curve of her eye socket. We're kind of framing out the eye here, kind of like we did with the brows. Now we're going to take the shade Undiscovered. It's a really pretty goldeny shade with a little bit of shimmer, and I'm going to use a flat brush. This one is from Sigma. Just any sort of flat eye shading brush that you can use to pack on color. And I'm going to pack that right onto her lid. And I'm going to bring it up just to where it meets the crease shade. Now, if you are having eyelids that are starting to age and do a little bit of what's called like creping, what you want to do is you want to pick up the eye, and I like to do it from the lash line. Let's see if you can see me do this from the lash line here, and press in upward motions to really get into those creases, because when you let it go, they all kind of fall down upon each other. So in order to see the color, you need to pick up your lid and apply it from the crease going up. I am going to take the shade Unbridled. It is a matte, kind of like a maroonish brown with a hint of plum in it. And I am going to take that in the far outer V here and just kind of create a V, focusing in the outer crease and then blending inward towards the golden shade. Just going to take a little bit of the shade Unreal, which is kind of a pinkier version of the golden shade, and I'm just going to apply that in the center of her lid, just to kind of blend the darker to the golden shade. I'm going to be taking a chocolate eyeliner, and the shade that I'm going to be using is called Espresso from Mally, and these liners are really nice and creamy. They glide on really well. especially on aging eyelids. You don't want anything that's going to have a tugging motion. These glide on really well. They have about a 30-second playtime, so you could really smudge them out if you like. I really enjoy these eyeliners. I find that the color pigmentation is great. They last all day long, and like I said, they're very, very creamy. I'm also going to tightline her bottom lash line, and I'm just going to put the liner on her inner rim of her eye here. Okay, now another lifesaver product for people that have small eyelashes or disappearing eyelashes is a primer. The one she really enjoys is by Tarte, and it's just called a Lash primer. It's a white formula. It has a really nice small bristled brush. It really grabs onto the lashes and makes them not only visible, but it primes them so that when you come in with your mascara, you've already done some lengthening and volumizing. And if you have a hard time seeing, I would recommend this product. It's going to give you the length and volume and prime them, and then make it easier for you to see your lashes. And now we're going to do her bottom lash line with another mascara, and she enjoys the Maybelline Lash Discovery Mascara. It has a very small brush, so you can really get in there and grab those bottom lashes. I like to do the bottom lashes first. I like to coat them with my mascara so that when I'm doing my upward lashes, when I look up, I'm not going to get mascara all over my brow bone or all over my eyeshadow that I just did. Now I'm going to take the Peter Thomas Roth Lashes to Die For mascara, and it has a very rubbery bristled brush with spiky ends on it that really grips and grabs smaller lashes. Okay, now we're going to finish off the look with lips. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line her lips with the NYX Lip Pencil Liner in the shade is Pinky. It's just a really bright fuchsia pink. A trick to making small lips look bigger is to just kind of go just slightly above the natural lip line. And on the bottom, really take it to that outer edge. If you have blue eyes, this color I'm going to be using today is called Urban Decay. The Revolution lipstick in the shade is called Anarchy. And it's really going to pull out that blue and just make blue eyes really pop. These lipsticks are very, very creamy. They last really well on the lips. And I just love this color. I just think this is a stunning shade of pink. It's beautiful on. It's very complementary to the whole pink rose gold look that we have done today. I would always recommend lining your lips as you age because you don't want to have any feathering. You don't want to have your lipstick traveling up to meet your blush. That's not a good look. For a little fun, I'm just going to stick my finger in the Undiscovered Golden shade, and I'm just going to pop that in the center of her lips for a little bit of ombre effect. If you want to just smush them together. And that's just going to give you a little bit of something special right in the middle. Rose gold eyes, some really pretty pink, bright bubblegum pink lipstick, and pink cheeks. Close your eyes and they can see the eye color. Just really simple look, but very polished and feminine at the same time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and thumbs up to see more tutorials, collab type videos, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.